Yeah.
That's so cool.
Thank you.
Sweet. I'm so excited to talk about this movie. I absolutely loved it.
Thank you
Oh,
so
I guess
much.
we'll just wait for Carlos to be here in any minute or so.
Hmm.
Where are you at? Where do you live?
I live in San Diego, like down by the beach.
Okay, so you basically got to live at home and drive to all the locations for filming this.
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like down here, people are really like they like people are not very cautious at all. Like it's like you'll be like walking down by the beach, like on the road, like down by the beach, and like no one will be wearing a mask. Like even older people. Like it's
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't understand that at all. It's not that hard to wear a mask. We can.
Yeah, no, I know because like some people have to live without arms or legs or like be on a wheelchair their whole life. Like you can just wear a mask when you're walking outside. It's not really that hard.
Yeah. Have
Yeah.
you got inspired by anything going on? Write any songs about?
Yeah. I mean, I, weirdly, like I haven't been writing. Well, I've been writing a little bit about being inside, but what
Hmm.
I think that the thing is that for me that's not very inspiring. Like it's not something I feel like I haven't like been good at like writing about that or like feeling inspired to write about that. And like I've just been like talking to my friends a lot, or like hanging out with them, like still social distancing and everything. But like
Yeah.
I don't know, I feel like that's like having life experiences during these times and still like talking to people. It really helps with like writing and being creative because I found that I was like kind of having creative block right when COVID started and like no one could see each other at all.
I was the
Yeah,
same way. I couldn't do any of my media stuff. It just
yeah,
didn't feel creative.
it's
I
really
didn't want to do anything.
uninspiring. Yeah,
Exactly. So.
yeah, because everyone because people who are like not people who don't
Mhm.
like I guess you could call it like artists, people who aren't artists, like they don't understand like as much as it seems like this would be the best time for creating, you can't just like always just naturally like be able to create, or like be able to do work that is creative. Like if you're not in an inspiring time or place.
Yeah. Well, I guess we'll wait for Carlos. Tell me about your background. When did hear Bionic Buzz were all about people's passion. I want to know where your passion for music came from. Do you remember like the first time you picked up guitar? Was a certain album inspired you to start playing, or a live performance, or something just naturally for you?
Yeah, so it's not the so I was at a live performance, but it's not a live performance that inspired me. It was like
Mhm.
so I met someone there. So I was at a Taylor Swift concert and yeah, this is my first concert, Taylor Swift, and I met this guy, Cody Lovas. My dad was sitting right next to his dad, and I saw. So then he was like, "Oh, my son's a musician." So I saw him play. I felt really inspired, and then my sister started taking guitar lessons, and like I was like, I want to take guitar lessons. And although I was like really young, like I grew to really love it, and like I really enjoyed it.
Mhm.
And that's kind of where it all started. That's where I grew my love for music.
That's cool. And you wrote some of the songs for this, right? Or the
Yeah,
ones
so
you haven't
so
given
all
names
the
of?
songs, yeah,
Yeah.
so all the songs that are in the band play. So I wrote 8 songs for the movie. So I didn't write all the music for the soundtrack, but
Mhm.
all the songs that the band play, like the original music, the Army of Love play, and then when I am in Army of Love and when I'm in the band too, like I wrote all of those songs, and yeah, but I mean, there's a bunch of other songs on the soundtrack too, but yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to find a soundtrack. I guess I hope it's available at some point, or maybe I just didn't.
Yeah,
The problem
well,
is there's too many Mighty Oak stuff out there, music wise.
yeah, well, yeah, I mean, I think I think it
I'll
will
ask
be
I'll
coming
ask
out.
Carlos when he gets on. So, how did you get involved in this project? How did like Sean, the director, and Carlos was also one of the producers of this?
Yeah, yeah. Well, so um like I pretty much like my song
Mhm.
"Chasing" that I wrote, like in a way, inspired Mighty Oak because it's like it has a like it's
So cool.
they almost in a way like so my music was already in the movie and I didn't get the part, but like I didn't get the part at first, but the movie was kind of based off my song, like the director, because when they saw me and stuff, like they wanted to use my music for the movie, and
Mhm.
like I obviously auditioned because I really I wanted the part, and I mean I got a private audition and I got the part, and yeah,
I
so it was kind of
I
a
love
weird
that.
way to like
Yeah.
yeah.
I used to live in Anaheim. Now I just moved to Orlando. But I mean, I loved going down to San Diego to see concerts, and especially going for San Diego Comic-Con, which should be this week, sadly. It was definitely cool seeing everything filmed in like Oceanside, North. Was it North Side of San Diego? What was the concert
Yeah.
venue?
So it was so there's concerts at the Belly Up and at Lestat's West, which is a place that I've been performing at since I was like 6, since I started playing guitar. And it was all filmed. Most of it was filmed in OB, just in San Diego. Like that's where all the scenes were. I mean, there were probably a few outside, but for the most part, it was all based in OB. And you know, it's crazy because I mean, I don't live there, but I've been down there so much. And the place where the RVs and stuff were set up, I mean, I have like that's like kind of backstage for a concert place. So it's just like for a lot of the scenes, it was just like, you know, it's home pretty much. Like I've been there so many times. I've played so many shows there. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I love this movie. I mean, the music is amazing, and especially this day and age, I love seeing more rock and roll kind of stuff on the screen because now it's more like pop, techno, and the characters were so compelling in the story. I mean, this is why we love movies and music because it makes us feel. I mean, go on a roller coaster ride. We're down, we're up, and I mean, the very end of the movie really gave me chills. You know, I don't want to give it away,
Yeah.
but you know.
Yeah. Me either.
But so yeah, I guess tell me your first. So you had to, your song was already going to be in it, and then you had to see if you can actually be in the movie. And to me, it's like without you in the movie, it doesn't really work, you know.
I mean, definitely it was something where it's like, you know, they could have got another person. Obvious, if I wasn't ready, they definitely would have got another person. But it was something where it's like it's too perfect of an opportunity to not go all out, like, you know, practice all like. I mean, I worked really hard to, you know, get this role, but at the same time, I mean, it was definitely like I definitely had an advantage over other kids because of the fact that like they already knew me through my music, and the fact that in a way like I was already part of the movie. I was already part of the movie before I even got the role like confirmed. So, you know, I felt like if I didn't get it, it would have been like really weird, and I would have felt like wow, like
Was
my
this
whole
your
life
first
wasn't
time
like
acting? Like, so basically you were just a musician kid,
mm.
basically at this point, or is that right?
So I went on the School of Rock national tour. So like I've had like a lot of experience acting before. Like, I mean, not too much, but I mean, I went on the tour for like for 8 months. I think it was 8 months. So I had a lot of experience. I'm kind of going all over the place with this, but I also was in like some musicals and everything. So I hadn't really done any TV or movies yet. It's kind of a different style of acting, you know, in musicals.
Yeah, but I feel like this, you kind of play in yourself. It's not like you really need to act too much, you know. So
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot of. I definitely worked hard to get the acting, but like
yeah.
I got so I mean, but it also felt natural, you know. It didn't feel like I was trying to play someone else, but it felt like once I got the acting down, like once I felt comfortable with acting, it kind of was just very natural playing Oak, you know. It felt like kind of like second nature after because in a way I just feel really connected to him because like of the music and just in general. I don't know. He's a character that I feel like very connected to.
Hello, hello.
Hey.
What's up?
I am so sorry. I've been having major Zoom issues
That's okay.
Oh,
on my main desktop. So now I'm on my laptop, and it always works on the laptop, but on my on my computer, it never works.
I just had a thunderstorm come in. I'm in Florida, and I was like, Zoom actually crashed for a second. So I was like, oh no. So
No, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You're here now, so yeah, I was just talking about Tommy, how much I love this movie. I mean, this is why we love music. This is why we love films. We like to feel, we like to the ups and downs of these characters, and I mean, the ending of this movie really gave me chills. So, Carlos, how did because you also produced besides starring in this, how did you get involved in this and discover Tommy, you know?
Well, Tommy was actually part of the project before I came on, and Sean McNamara, the director, I worked with him many years back on a movie called Spare Parts. And one of my favorite projects that I've done, it was just, you know, family friendly, like a family vibe, you know, on set. And it just felt good. Sean called me out of the blue one day and he goes, I have this project. There's this kid, he's super talented. And I have a role for your wife. What do you think? And I was like, well, that all sounds really good, but you know, let me read the script. So I read the script and, you know, I actually left Sean hanging for a couple weeks. And, you know, he called me and said, look, we don't want this to just be you guys coming in as actors. Like, we want you guys to come and produce this alongside with us. We, you know, want you guys to, you know, give us your input, you know, everything. So after talking over with Lex, we decided to jump on board. And let me tell you, from day one, it was a collaborative family effort. I mean, Tommy's dad is probably one of the coolest, nicest dads that I've ever met. And, you know, he just welcomed us with open arms. And I'll never forget, we you know, we like showed up at the Lafayette Hotel, and I'd never met this guy or anything. And he goes, what's up? He was just like giving us hugs and everything. And he said, look, order whatever room service you want. I got you. And he left. And I told Lex, I was like, that's a guy after my own heart. Literally order anything. Like, food
it's a great
is like
hotel too. I've stayed there for Comic-Con, so they.
Oh my God! I mean,
service.
listen, the Brussels sprouts and steak. It's like a combo. Oh my goodness! I mean, I think I had it every night for the 2 weeks that I was there.
Let's go to the next thing. Filming in San Diego. I mean, I used to live in Anaheim. I just moved to Florida, but it was fun seeing a lot of the locations there and Oceanside, and San Diego is just such a cool vibe too.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
well,
I'm pretty lucky to live there. It's a pretty awesome vibe.
Yeah. So I asked Tommy this earlier because at Bionic Buzz, we're all about people's passion. And I'm just curious, Carlos, where did your passion for music came from that led you down this big time rush journey and everything? Was a certain album inspired or something that was just natural for you as a child, you know?
You know, I love theater. I love musical theater. I don't know where that came from. I just had this love for musical theater. And I think I was, I don't know, 10 or 9. And I auditioned for the boys' honor choir, you know, a bunch of boys who haven't gone through puberty yet, whatever it is, you know. And I was hooked. I was like, dude, this is amazing. So then my school was a big theater arts school, and they had just built this brand new theater, and they did Titanic the musical. So they got the rights. They even hired like equity adult actors, but they were looking to cast some of the kids from the school, just, you know, because it was the big opening and all this stuff. And there's a part, there's like a bellboy, right? And his name is Edward. And they split the part between me and some other kid, as these two bellboys were just running around the ship. And when I got it, and I went through the, you know, all the audition process and you know, all the rehearsals, it blew my mind that you could combine acting and singing into one thing. Yeah. And I think that's when it all just, like, you know, I just dove right in. And then, you know, musical theater is one thing, but to be able to do music and acting, you know, like on film and TV, it's a whole nother beast. And I just feel so lucky that I keep falling into these projects where you're just like, you know, meeting people like Tommy. I mean, Tommy, I literally spoke to someone yesterday and they were like, so, you know, the kid playing the guitar, like, you know, how did they fake it? I was like, no, I was like, that kid is that good. They couldn't believe that you were that good.
Thank you.
And not just
That's
that,
crazy.
The songs are amazing. And I asked Tommy this earlier, is soundtrack available yet? Because I tried to look it up on Apple, but there's like so many other music stuff with Mighty Oak in it.
So, I mean, so I have pretty much, we re-recorded those songs for the movie to make like to make it fit the movie more.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same songs, but just we re-recorded it with, because my voice, I mean, if you look back at the songs now, because they're on Spotify, my voice is a lot higher when I recorded them originally, because
your voice changed,
you know,
dude.
I mean, when you're 8 or like 9 to 10, when you think of it, like that's 10% of my life, so that's still like kind of a lot of change in my voice. So, you know.
Wow. So
like,
the songs are available on Spotify, but not Apple Music yet. Is that what it is, or?
Yeah, well, no. Well, they're when I say Spotify, I mean like all streaming platforms. Sorry, I should have clarified that. But all of the songs in the movie, I'm pretty sure most of them are available on Spotify and Apple Music. But I don't know if there's like the whole project is released
Gotcha.
yet. It might be though.
Well, I know a lot of other projects, like songs get cut. Was there anything that was originally supposed to be in this movie that might be on like a soundtrack or something down the road?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I don't. Not to my knowledge.
Gotcha. Well, the music's great, and obviously the story is great. I mean, obviously the chemistry between everybody on set, but it also deals with a lot of heavy issues. I mean, like drug addiction, PTSD, dealing with death. That's why I said was like a great roller coaster because you really felt for these characters. I mean, all of us have been in situations similar to that, and this is why we love music and film so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, what was special was watching Tommy for his first time, being on screen. He literally did such a great job at taking it all in and just really living in the moment. I mean, I think for any like actors coming onto a project, they hear that a kid's going to be leading the whole thing. The first thing you think is like, can this kid act, right? And I'll never forget doing the burial scene, and we're all watching from afar, and Tommy, like Sean's got the camera all the way in the corner. He's doing a long shot, and we're all like holding umbrellas because it's actually raining and it's freezing. And Tommy went, he goes up. He's getting poured on. He's touching the casket or the casket, and he's crying. And I'm just like, who is this kid? Like what? Like I could like that takes a lot for me to get to that place, right? And now you have this kid, his first time. It just like truly mind blowing. And then of course, that he wrote all the music. You're just like, this is not real.
Thanks, Carlos. Well, actually, fun fact, Carlos, he showed me a lot of guitar before the filming. He showed me
Right. Fun fact,
did you give him any acting tips though? I mean, like he said he worked really hard on this, getting ready.
I was more asking Tommy, I'm like, look, I can play a few chords, but how do I look like I'm playing like just as good as you, right?
I just showed him the general area, and then the whole time he just had his guitar this way, and he's like playing like, he did a good job.
I told Sean, I go, dude, if I do this movie, you got to make me look like I know what I'm doing because I do not play. And then next to this kid, I'm like, there's no way. And Sean, of course, like, don't worry about it. Movie magic, boom, 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 boom. And I thought it came out great. I mean, all the like that whole opening sequence, I think it just feels so good.
Yeah. I was like, maybe really miss going to concerts though. Sadly, that's always about it. Just because seeing that connection to the audience and the band on stage,
Oh yeah.
But hey, you could go watch this movie and feel it yourself. All right, so thank you guys so much. The movie is amazing, and I can't praise it enough. It's available on VOD now, and then hopefully we'll find where the soundtrack is exactly. Is there a website exactly we can link for everything?
There's an Instagram, the Mighty Oak Instagram, and they're posting like crazy.
Yeah, it's just Mighty Oak Movie. That's that's what it's called. And also, while we're talking about Instagram,
what's your
Instagram?
Plug it, Tommy. Plug it.
Yeah, follow me on Instagram at Tommy Ragen. Ragen is spelled Ragen. I post a lot of videos of me playing guitar and singing original songs, a lot of unreleased songs, and also updates about the movie and about a lot of other stuff. So you should go follow me there if you would like.
Well, Tommy, thank you for keeping the spirit of rock and roll alive, man.
Come on, yeah.
Carlos, do you have any upcoming projects to talk about or promote?
You know what? We our industry is on a pause right now, so we're just waiting for it to come back. But I do have a Hallmark movie premiering in October, so I'm super excited about that.
Oh, nice.
My wife and I do a lot of them together, and this is just it's a mystery franchise. It's called Picture Perfect Mysteries. So it's got the whole whodunit, and this one is really cool. This will be our third one so far.
That's amazing because usually the hardest part in industry is when you go away on set, you're away from your significant other. But if you have your wife there, that's awesome.
We try and do it so much. I mean, my wife is in this movie also. So so every time that we get that kind of opportunity, we just jump on it. We're like, dude, the whole family comes. I mean, I think Alexa was 5 or 6 months pregnant filming this.
Really?
Luckily she was, kind of like in a bed for most of the time. So, didn't see it. And yeah, but you know what? I told her, I said, it really helped with your emotion because pregnant women
actually that makes
can be
sense
very
now, thinking about
emotional. So
her
I said, hey, this is perfect.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well, thank you guys so much. Mighty go check it out. VOD, everybody.
Woo! Hey, thank you so much, Steven.
Woohoo!
Take care, guys.
Thank you so much.